Cessna 11746 Executive Tower, make a straight in runway 20.
Straight in runway 20746.
Hi there, my name is Heather Armstrong. I'm the Chief Pilot here at the Beale Aero Club located in Northern California. I am joined today by flight instructors Luca and Brody. Today we'll be discussing the services Air Traffic Control, or ATC, provides and how to communicate with them. Oftentimes, talking on the radio can be scary or intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. The controllers are there to help us by providing services such as VFR flight following, traffic avoidance, as well as emergency services should it become necessary. Essentially, it's an extra set of eyes looking out for us while we're flying. Knowing who you are talking to, the sequence of standard verbiage, and what to listen for all helps in becoming more comfortable talking on the radio.
It doesn't matter if you are at an uncontrolled airport, a towered airport, or picking up flight following. Radio phraseology follows a particular pattern. Learning the phraseology pattern will help you make your calls concise, reducing radio congestion. Now the pattern I'm referring to goes as follows. First, you start with who. Who are you talking to? For example, Marysville Traffic or NorCal Approach. Then you introduce yourself, who you are. Examples would be Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot or Warrior 43124. Then you say where you are. For example, downwind 14 or 3 miles west of Marysville at 3,000 feet. And then you state what you want. For example, landing 14 or requesting flight following. If we put it all together, we get something that sounds like this. Marysville Traffic, Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot on downwind landing 14. Or NorCal Approach, Warrior 43124, 3 miles west of Marysville, 1,500 feet requesting VFR flight following. Or for example, Chico Tower, Skyhawk 446 Alpha Foxtrot, holding short runway 31, ready for departure. It takes a little practice, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you will become with standard flow of talking on the radio. Some tips to remember while you are learning to talk on the radio include: we do not state the initial N when making our call. November 448 Alpha Foxtrot is simply stated as 448 Alpha Foxtrot. Using your N number versus aircraft type. Using just the number doesn't help other aircraft know what to look for. If you simply say Cessna 448 Alpha Foxtrot, one might think you are a Citation or a Denali or even a Caravan. If, however, you say Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot, other pilots will know to look for a small four-seater high-wing aircraft. We try to avoid saying 2 and 4 as they can be interpreted as the numbers 2 and 4. 4. When contacting ATC, start with a shortened call once the frequency is clear of others talking. You could say something like this: NorCal Approach, Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot with a request. Your initial call should contain your complete call sign. This allows the controller to know exactly who they are talking to and eliminates confusion, because there might be 2 or more other aircraft with very similar call signs also talking to the same ATC. Once ATC abbreviates your call sign, that is when you can start shortening your response from 448 Alpha Foxtrot to just 8 Alpha Foxtrot. It also helps reduce radio congestion just a little bit more. Lastly, certain situations require you to read back exactly what was told to you. For example, runway designators, altitudes, headings, also squawk codes, altimeter settings, taxi and hold short instructions. Now, anytime ATC gives you a clearance for something, you must read back as is told to you. For example, if ATC says something like,
Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot, clear to land, runway 31.
your response would be, clear to land, runway 31, Skyhawk 448 Alpha Foxtrot. Once you've made your initial contact, it's important to listen. If they need to inform you of something like a traffic avoidance or heading change, they will start the conversation with your tail number. It's sometimes difficult to keep an ear out for your tail number, especially if the frequency is very busy, but this will get easier with time and with practice.
Another part about being comfortable talking on the radio is understanding who we're talking to. Let's start with the most well-known, the control tower. We have two types of airports, controlled and uncontrolled. At an uncontrolled airport, pilots are talking over a common traffic advisory frequency, or CTAF. On this frequency, pilots report their position on the airport, in the traffic pattern, or for collision avoidance. At a controlled airport, an air traffic controller is working in a control tower and is in charge of the airspace in the immediate vicinity of the airport. They give directions for arrival and departures, as well as clearances for takeoff and landing. After departure or on arrival into a terminal area, the pilot will be talking to Terminal Radar Approach Control, or approach. This is the ATC facility pilots talk to when arriving or departing busy areas. The controllers manage the flow of high-volume air traffic. During the en route phase of flight, the pilot will be talking with Air Route Traffic Control Centers, or Center. Center controls the en route flight, including high altitude or more remote areas. Something to keep in mind about approach or center control is each center or approach facility is broken down further into sectors, one controller per sector. So while flying, you may stay with the same center or approach, but be transferred to a different frequency with a different controller. The controller will hand you off when you reach the limits of their sector. The controller has already communicated with the next controller with your flight details. So all you have to do when checking in with the next controller is state your tail number and your altitude.
And don't assume everybody's making their radio calls. It is good practice to make your radio calls, but it is not a requirement.
Marysville traffic, Skyhawk 51 Lima, departing 14 with a left downwind departure to the north, Marysville. Marysville traffic, Skyhawk 51 Lima, left crosswind 14, Marysville. Fire traffic, Cessna 8140 on the right downwind. Marysville traffic, Skyhawk 51 Lima, turning left downwind 14, departing to the north, Marysville.
So here we are underlying the class Charlie, the Beale's class Charlie airspace. All right. So we need to maintain our altitude below 1,600 feet. All right. Do you remember at what point in our communications with approach we can continue our climb?
Once approach acknowledges our tail number, we can start our climb through the class Charlie airspace.
Correct. Good.
Right downwind departure.
Clear of our airport now, so go ahead and switch over to approach, and we're just going to listen.
Okay.
And then when you're satisfied that they're clear, you can go ahead and make your initial call.
Good morning, NorCal. Skyhawk 7751 Lima, request.
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, NorCal approach, your request. And
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, approximately 3 miles to the north, Marysville, 1,100, climbing 4,500, Chico.
Skyhawk 51 Lima, Sacramento International altimeter is 29er, block 0332.
0332, 51 Lima.
So he abbreviated me, so I can do that as well then, right?
Correct. Yep. You're going to shorten your tail number to the last 3 digits.
Skyhawk 51 Lima, Sacramento International altimeter is 29er, say altitude.
29er, 89er, 1,400, Skyhawk 51 Lima.
51 Lima, radar contact 4 miles northwest of Marysville Airport. Skyhawk 5-1 Lima, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
And squawking VFR, frequency change approved. Skyhawk 7751 Lima. Good morning, Chico Tower. Skyhawk 7751 Lima, approximately 12 miles to the southwest, descending out of 4,500 with Charlie.
November 7751 Lima, Chico Tower, make modified straight and approach to runway 31 right and report 3 miles.
Make modified straight in for 31 right, report 3 miles. And we'd like to request a touch and go back to Marysville if possible. 51 Lima.
November 51 Lima, expect that.
Chico Tower, Skyhawk 7751 Lima, 3 mile final, 31 right.
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, runway 31 right, clear touch and go, and traffic is a helo crossing runway 31 right, should be no factor.
Okay, cleared for touch and go, 31 right, and we'll look for the helicopter. Skyhawk 7751 Lima.
Tower 535, is that aircraft acting and move factor for us? November 51 Lima, that helo is clear of the runway, no factor.
51 Lima.
I have it. It's on the left-hand side.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
And November 51 Lima, would you like a left or right turn out there for Marysville?
We can take a left turnout back to Marysville, please.
November 51 Lima, left turnout is approved.
Left turnout, 51 Lima.
November 51 Lima, frequency change approved. Safe flight, sir.
And frequency change approved, 51 Lima. Thank you for the help. Good morning, Oakland Center. Skyhawk 7751 Lima request.
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, squawk 3, question squawk 6341.
6341, Skyhawk 7751 Lima.
Not installed.
November 51 Lima, radar contact 3 miles south of the Chico Airport. Say your equipment suffix and destination.
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, Cessna 172 / Golf, and we're 3,200, climbing 3,500 Marysville.
51 Lima, roger, the Chico altimeter 29990.
29990, Skyhawk 7751 Lima.
November 51 Lima, contact NorCal approach 125.4.
NorCal approach 125.4, Skyhawk 51 Lima. Thank you for the help.
Yes.
Okay, so I've waited a little bit. It's okay for me to call now?
Yep, so you're going to check in with your altitude and your tail number.
Good morning, NorCal, Skyhawk 7751 Lima, 3,500 Marysville.
Skyhawk 7751 Lima, NorCal approach. Good morning, Sacramento altimeter 29990.
29990. NorCal, Skyhawk 51 Lima, beginning our descent for Marysville.
November 51 Lima, thank you. November 51 Lima, no traffic observed between you and Marysville, squawk V4, change to advisor frequency. Have a nice day.
Squawking VFR, change of frequency. Thank you for the help. 51 Lima.
Talking on the radio doesn't have to be something to shy away from. Chances are you probably will make mistakes while that mic button is pushed, but so do the most experienced pilots. It takes practice, but understanding what to say, who you're saying it to, and what to listen for will make it easier. Remember, the controllers on the other end of the radio are people too. They just want to make sure you get to where you're going safely.